Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this is Prachi Dewan Sachdeva's latest book, Love for Fabrics. It's a colour by number book. I thought that I'd do a full flip and then a bit of a colour and chat with you in one of the pages. Okay, let's get going. Okay, so I've chosen this page because I like all the variety on it. I thought it would look quite good when it's coloured up. So, yeah. So last week I went on holiday to Oxford, and that was really good. I've not been to Oxford before, so that was really nice. We had a good time over there. We went over to the different museums that there were over there. So went to the Natural History Museum, and that was pretty amazing. I love anything like that. Not that I love seeing animals stuffed. But you know, I like finding out about them and finding out about the world and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that was really good. Did a lot of drawing, took a lot of photographs, and then while we were in the Natural History Museum, there's another museum within it. Well, the entrance is in it, called the Pitts River Museum, and I would very much recommend that museum. It was incredible. So it is collections, lots and lots of collections of different things, all to do with anthropology from around the world. So different cultures, different societies, looking from all different aspects and angles. So there was music, religion, superstition, art, jewellery, fashion, weapons, homeware. Trying to think where else there was. Oh my goodness, there was so much stuff. It was just incredible, absolutely incredible. Yeah, I would say we didn't have enough time there. We need to go back there again, really, and do that one again. It was so amazing. So yeah, that was great. And then the next day we were gonna go to a couple of art galleries, but the first art gallery we went to was a disaster. It was nothing. It was literally nothing. There was one exhibit and that was it. So that was pointless. So in the afternoon we were going over to the Ashmolean, and we just ended up going there earlier, and that was really good. That was really interesting. So the Ashmolean is art and archaeology. So that was much better, much more interesting. So yeah, they had some really fascinating stuff there as well. Again, did loads of drawing, took lots of photographs, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so it was good. Found quite a lot of good food while we were over there, so that was amazing. Went this one place, and they'd got sweet corn fritters with like a sweet chili dip. They were so good. They were so good. I'm sorry, Saffron's having a bit of a thing. I'm not sure what's wrong with her, to be honest. I thought at first she was bored, so we got the string out, didn't we? We got the string out, and that was no good, was it? It was no good, and that's her favourite toy, and it was no good. So then I was like, oh, string isn't working, we need to step the game up. So I got the treaty noms out, and we had some treaty noms, and that was still no good. It was no good. So, yeah, she's broken at the moment. I don't know what to do with her. When I say the treaty noms were no good, she's eaten them. She's eaten them, but it hasn't fixed whatever was wrong. So, yeah, so we're just shouting continuously at the moment. Just shouting. I think maybe she wants to go outside, but it's chucking it down, so that's not going to happen, is it? So that's that. She's recovered from having been abandoned for a week. It wasn't even a full week, it was gone for 4 days. But yeah, she's recovered from being abandoned. Worst mum ever, obviously. I was amazed how much brown there was in this picture. I wasn't expecting that. I don't think it looks bad for having all that brown. When you see the finished results, it still looks really good. But yeah, there's a lot of brown. One problem that I also have throughout this is my pens keep running out. So you'll see me struggle with one pen after another. Any that do run out, I'll go and get new ones at the end and come back. It's just ridiculous. Why is everything running out on me? Don't you know we're trying to record? I know they said a film then. Yes, I'm trying to record a film here. Don't you know anything? So, just more things to argue with, as you do. I did take some colouring on holiday with me. I don't get a lot of colouring done because busy being on holiday, which is obviously good. But when we go round like museums and stuff, Mark seems to read every single word, every word on the exhibit, and every exhibit. And I'm just not like that. I look at what interests me, and then I move on to something else. I don't want to keep looking at that one thing. So the result is that I can get round a museum a lot quicker than he can. So I've taking some art stuff around with me. So then I'll either pick an exhibit and sit and draw it, or I'll get my colouring book out and I'll sit and colour for a bit, wait for him to catch up with me, and then we'll move on to the next bit. Because I don't want to rush him, and I don't want him to feel rushed, but it's very hard to keep staring at something when personally you've finished, and you're ready to move on. So it's things like that like really trigger my attention deficit, and like I really struggle. I don't do very well with being bored, and that's what I find happens, that like I'm finished, I want to move on, he isn't finished, so now I'm just staring, and that's really boring. So yeah, I found that works really well. So that is what we do. Starting to get a bit of colour in there now. Some red and some yellow. I am doing the colours in order of the colour key, which is why there was a load of brown, because it was all the browns at the start. But still, having all three browns in the one picture was unexpected. So yeah. Just recovering from a really bad cold. So I apologise that I keep coughing, and you can hear it in my throat. And I feel fine now. I feel fine. Just got the leftovers, But oh my goodness. Last week I was so ill with it. Oh my word. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't breathe. I was dying. No, it was just a cold. It wasn't anything too, it was just a cold, but it was a bad one. It did knock me a bit silly. And yeah, just typical. Came on the Thursday evening. I could feel that my throat was red raw. But I teach, so I talk for work, so getting a sore throat from that isn't a big deal, as a regular thing. So I thought, well, fine, okay. But then Friday, I could feel my nose was tingly, like fizzy. And I thought, oh no, I think I've got a cold. And I said to Mr. B, I think I'm ill. Which is just typical, isn't it? Because, the Friday was my last day in work, and then I was on holiday. So that's just typical. That's when you're ill, isn't it? As soon as you're off work. But it was fine, it didn't ruin the holiday. We stayed in a bed and breakfast that was really nice, but there was no sign outside, so it just looked like a house. and like it was in an estate with loads of other houses. So we were like, well, the address says it's here. Yeah, but this can't be it, can it? And we were having arguments about it and stuff. It was just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. I wonder if this book is like based on patterns material, or if like the colours are from the materials as well. Do you know what I mean? Has she taken inspiration from the materials, or are these an actual copy of the materials? That's what I'm wondering about with the colour scheme here. Okay everyone, we look to be finishing up, so I'm gonna leave it there. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!